Okay, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. This is the second edition of Danki Talk. Danki Talk is an idea I started this year, and the whole purpose of Danki Talk is making these, at the moment, is every 2 months talks where we share something that is good for personal development, professional development, or inspiration. And the cost of entrance is food, is normally food. So far we've worked with Cruzada, but we already have now interest from the food bank and from Cucina di Barrio. So the idea is to keep doing more, keep getting more. And I want to thank several people. I want to thank Malcolm for donating his time and his 5 sessions to the first 5 people that app him. We need to put that number somewhere, like, let it there forever. But also Habitat, because Habitat, they have supported us already twice with the salon, with the place. So, you know, whenever you think about Habitat also as a place that is an institution of Bonaire and is helping as well. And I want to thank you guys because the food you brought today is going to steal a day away from hunger, and it's going to make someone that has little hope have a little bit more hope. And maybe that day is different, they can do something different. So, again, thank you all. And my name is Fernando Nava. I am a podcaster, I am a coach, I'm a board game designer, and I am the co-founder of Wanica Games with my wife. And there we make board games, stained glass, music, but also coaching, customer service, different areas to help people grow as a business or as a person. I also created a podcast. At first it was a radio show. Now it's a radio show here in Bonaire and also in Venezuela, and a podcast called Cápsulas Herenciales, which means management pills. And it's a 3-minute show every day where I share information on how to be a better professional and a better person. And then Cauce is a coaching program I created, and is based on small steps, which is very in line with the mindset shift, because I believe that's why ladders have, steps. Otherwise, we have to jump until the second floor, and that's not going to work. So, mindset. First, I want to share a story from Trevor Moawat. Trevor Moawat is a coach on high-performance development and competitors' mindset. He's trained politicians, military, famous athletes, and he shares his story that he got from his dad, who also worked in education, which is that there was a kid, a teenager. He was in high school. He was not a very good student. But his mom wanted him to take the SATs. So for those of you that don't know, the SATs is the test you take in high school to see, what can you study in college. So, he didn't have high hopes on the test, but it was a promise to his mom, so he took the test, and his score was 1480, 1,480, out of 1,600. And that's like a that's like a 9.5 out of 10. So it's a very, very good score. And when he got this score, he was like, maybe I'm smart. Maybe I'm intelligent. Maybe I'm a good student. So he started having a different image on himself. He started doing different things. The professors, the teachers also were like, oh, it seems this kid was smart. They started treating him as a smart kid. He graduated with honors. He went to college. He graduated college. He started a magazine, and he became a millionaire. And it all started with a test that told him, dude, you're smart. And he believed it, and he changed his life. So what is mindset? And is mindset, according to several definitions and psychology, these are the 3 things I wanted to tell you about. What is a mindset? I also want to tell you the relationship between mind and milkshakes, and also the mindset and goals. So what is a mindset? According to the most common psychological definition, dictionary, wherever, it's a set of beliefs and attitudes that we have. That set of beliefs and attitudes shapes our perception, our expectations, our thoughts, feelings, actions, and obviously results. So a belief is something that we think is true. It's not something that is true. You don't choose what is true. You choose what you believe. So a belief is something that you don't know. If you know it, it's not a belief, it's knowledge. If you don't know it, it's a belief. An attitude is a pre-evaluation we made about someone or something. So it's basically, do we like that or not? That combination, again, will change our expectations, feelings, emotions, thoughts, actions, results, and life. Another interesting definition is from Jacob Tyree, a psychiatrist with he has like a mohawk, it's really fun to see. And he says that basically a mindset is a way we have to simplify life, to make life easier to understand, because it's so complicated that we cannot pay attention to everything at the same time. So the mindset is like, listen, these are the 3 things that matter to you, and the rest we don't pay attention to. So that helps because, in a way, mindset allow us to see some things and ignore some things. And that's good, but that also can be bad because, let's say we're going fishing. Who would take the right side of the pond? Anybody have a preferred side for fishing? You want that side? Okay, Josh went that side. Malcolm was the other side, but that's not Malcolm is cheating. Well, a mindset is a bit like a set of glasses that allow you to see a different type of reality. And it's funny because when you see a different type of reality, you build a different type of reality. That's why I say your mindset creates your reality. So, again, just to summarize that, your mindset, which is a mix of things you believe and things you feel about something, will create your expectations. And based on your expectations, you're going to develop fears, because feelings are normally faster than thoughts. In fact, according to some neurologists, they are hosted in different parts of the brain. That's science. But the feelings were developed earlier in evolution than the neocortex. So we always have feelings and emotions faster than thoughts. Those feelings and thoughts become actions. That's the menu. You remember, it's sort of like if you try to remember, I think it was the first Terminator movie, when he's choosing between the answers. That's sort of what happens. Our options comes from feelings and thoughts. The menu of actions is going to display. The actions are going to create the results, and the results are going to reinforce, solidify our expectations directly, and indirectly is going to solidify, in an invisible way, our mindset. So what's up with the milkshake, And that's a study from Columbia University, and it's called Mind Over Milkshakes. It's mighty fun, and there's many studies that prove the same thing. But basically, in this study, they gave 2 different groups 2 different milkshakes, and they measure the ghrelin level in their blood. The ghrelin level is simplified called as the hunger hormone. So when we're hungry, our ghrelin level goes up. That's why, there you can see, it starts going up, then you eat, it drops. And if you eat a lot, it drops and it stays down for a longer time than if you eat a little. Then it's going to drop, but not as much. And you can see here the difference between a big lunch and a snack or a dinner, how the drop is less, okay? So this study, they didn't ask the participants, what did they feel? What did they think? They gave them each, as a different group, different milkshakes, and they measured their blood. So one group was given a Sensi shake. It was a 140 calories milkshake. It was fat-free milk, natural products, no sugar. The other group was given an indulgent milkshake of 680 calories, full of sugar, chocolate, full-fat milk, and it even says, decadence you deserve. And then they measured the ghrelin. And then, of course, the people that had the indulgent shake, their ghrelin went down more because it was more calories. The people that had the diet shake, their ghrelin went down, but not as much because, again, it has less calories. But the reality is both milkshakes were the same. Both milkshakes had 380 calories. All that changed was the label. But because they thought that what they were drinking was different, their body basically created a different outcome. And this is just a hard proof on placebo and nocebo effect, where you have people that take a fake medicine and they get well. But they get well because they believe the medicine is the right medicine, and then they release the chemicals they need to get better. So that's how powerful our mind is. And to me, and that's why I also mix mindset and goals, is because another good way to see your mindset is like a GPS. And normally a mindset is a solution you used in the past for a problem and it worked well. And because it worked well in the past, you kept using it. The problem is that it's like, okay, I'm going to input this route on the GPS because this is the route I take to go to Rincon. And then one day I want to go to Sorbonne, I input the same route, and I'm not going to end in Sorbonne, I'm going to end in Rincon. But it's not the GPS fault, and it's not the road's fault. You choose where you want to go. You don't choose where the road goes. So another way I try to compare the mindset, is something that's useful and then it becomes harmful, is a diaper. At some moment, the diaper is useful, just like the mindset, but then at some point it's full of shit. And then you have to change it. So, and again, which is the right direction? It depends. The only thing that you have to remember is, if you take left here, don't expect to get to the beach. And yet that's what we do a lot of times. Because it's easier, because it's more comfortable, because we're less afraid of doing something we already know how to do. So it's incredible how many times we go back to the comfort zone. Not because we're not capable of doing something different, because it's uncomfortable, because we're afraid to make mistakes. We're afraid to being judged. And then we keep taking the road to the mountains and expecting to see the water. Eventually, we start thinking we're really bad drivers. We start doubting ourselves. But the reality is we're not taking any actions that can take us to where we want to go. So, and then, the problem with that is if you have a new goal, well, you need a new mindset. Because if you try to use the old mindset to achieve the new goal, you ain't going to get there. And you're going to be frustrated. And most times, you're going to think the problem is you. Well, the problem is your mindset. I remember this, one of the best quotes from Pirates of the Caribbean was, "The problem is not the problem is your attitude about the problem," from Captain Jack Sparrow. That's the reality, it's your mindset. If you're taking the same road, you'll get to the same place. If you want to get to a new place, well, you got to take a new road. And you don't know all the parts of that road, so you better be kind with yourself and patient with yourself because there will be mistakes on the way there. But a wrong step a zigzagging step in the right direction will take you farther away than a straight step in the wrong direction. I forgot to tell you, it's on purpose obviously, the real ending of this story. The guy, he went to school, he went to high school, he went to college, he became a millionaire, he made his magazine. And 12 years later, 12 years after he took the SATs, he got a letter from the Department of Education telling him that he and a bunch of other people had gotten the wrong scores. And that his score was 740, not 1,480. They had duplicated the score, and that's what they told him. But so he didn't really change because of the test. He changed because the test made him believe he was somebody else. It created a cognitive dissonance, where his expectation and his reality was not matching, and he rose to his expectations, which he didn't have before. He got that wrong test. So to me, the whole thing with this is to understand how powerful the mindset is, but the biggest, or the main thing I want you guys to remember is your mindset is yours. It belongs to you. Doesn't matter what's true or what's a lie. In fact, sometimes I tell people, choose the lie you want to believe that will take you where you want to go, where you really want to go. But your mindset is yours. Your mindset creates your reality. You are able to change your mindset. It means you're able to change your reality. So choose the reality you want to go to and start working on the mindset to achieve it. Thank you.